With an abundance of new streaming providers out there all competing for your hard-earned cash, knowing which streaming service is the best can be a pretty daunting task. If you still have questions about the future of streaming, then you've come to the right place. This is the state of streaming. CBS All Access is by no means the new kid on the block after quietly existing for the last 5 years as a hub to watch all things CBS. Now, with the recent addition of big-budget original series like Star Trek Discovery, The Twilight Zone, and the upcoming influx of Star Trek properties like Picard, All Access is striving to become more than just a place to watch old episodes of Blue Bloods and The Big Bang Theory. CBS All Access is currently only available in the United States, so it appears as though the service isn't trying to compete with global players like Netflix and Amazon, at least until the CBS-Viacom merger is completed and the companies start consolidating their various networks and tentpole franchises, as Warner Media is doing with HBO Max. But over the past few years, CBS has certainly bolstered its original programming lineup, and while the network may not be synonymous with creating groundbreaking television like some of its competitors, there are a few gems hiding among the case of the week procedurals that might make you consider giving this service a try. Currently, All Access only has 9 original series active, with Star Trek Picard premiering on January 23, 2020, and the adaptation of Stephen King's The Stand still in the early stages of production. While the list of programs is modest, CBS All Access's original shows do pack quite a narrative punch and feel like a welcome deviation from their safer broadcast counterparts. Take $1 for example, a gritty small-town crime drama set in the Rust Belt of America. The series has much more in common with HBO's True Detective than it does with CSI Miami, featuring stellar cinematography, strong performances from its leading cast, and enough adult content to make broadcast standards and practice departments blush. While the series never received a second season order, it's an example of the kind of counter-programming the streamer is capable of and should lean into more often. Chief among CBS All Access's offerings, and probably the most expensive to make, is Star Trek Discovery, an action-packed journey into Gene Roddenberry's vast sci-fi universe. Set 10 years before the adventures of Captain Kirk and the Starship Enterprise, Discovery is a grittier take on the 50-year-old franchise. All Access is going warp speed ahead with all things Star Trek, including the adult animated Star Trek Lower Decks from Rick and Morty's Mike McMahon, and an Untitled Georgiou spin-off series. In terms of its movie selection, All Access is definitely not as bad as Apple TV Plus's paltry lineup, but it's still nowhere near what Netflix, Amazon, or Hulu have to offer. As of the time of recording, there are fewer than 40 titles to choose from, but to be fair, CBS didn't set out to be the world leader in digital movie libraries back in 2014. Live TV, though limited, is also available for no extra charge with your subscription. Depending on location, the channels include CBS local affiliates, CBSN 24/7 News, CBS Sports, and ET Live. And we can't leave this section without mentioning the hundreds of episodes from CBS's vast catalog of shows stretching back to the I Love Lucy days of the 1950s. All Access's user interface is, well, fine. No matter which platform you use, Roku, PS4, Xbox One, or an Amazon Fire Stick, the app performs adequately, but it's nowhere near as seamless as Netflix. The other oddity is that the All Access platform isn't called All Access. If you want to check out the service, you need to download the standard CBS app, which will allow you to sign up for All Access. The CBS Hub is where you'll watch all of the shows and movies the provider has to offer. While not a deal breaker, it makes more sense to have a separate All Access app like HBO does for its respective Go and Now applications. The same is true on desktop. There's no CBSAllAccess.com or even a redirect from that URL back to the page. You have to go through CBS.com and find the section to enjoy the programming. On the plus side, All Access does give you the option to download its content on the mobile app version for some offline viewing. When you're at the CBS homepage, it can be difficult to know where to find the All Access originals. You have to do a little digging, and since there are only 9 shows to check out, they can get lost among CBS's huge library of old series. All in all, the UI works well, and the site even remembers where you left off. So, if you take a break from watching the latest episode of NCIS Los Angeles, you can easily jump back in. If you're in the US and want to join CBS All Access, there are a couple of options to choose from. For $5.99 per month, you get full access, but you will have to put up with ads. If you want the commercial-free option, you'll be shelling out $9.99 per month. This puts them in the same neighborhood as Netflix and Amazon, but both of those services are currently available to subscribers outside the US, putting them ahead of CBS All Access in terms of reach. Netflix actually distributes All Access to Star Trek Discovery globally outside of US and Canada. CBS's service is just $1 more than Apple TV Plus, but offers far more content to stream. However, when compared to Disney Plus's $6.99 per month fee with no commercials and a library of over 600 movies and TV shows, All Access doesn't seem like the best deal in town. On the plus side, All Access doesn't lock you into a long-term commitment. If you want to binge Season 3 of Star Trek Discovery in a month and then cancel your subscription, you're more than welcome to do so. In its current form, CBS All Access has done exactly what it set out to do 5 years ago: create a digital hub where everything the company airs on its broadcast channel can be consumed over and over again. If you're a fan of CBS's content, then All Access is where you want to be. Looking ahead, if All Access wants to diversify its digital portfolio in order to compete with the likes of Amazon and Netflix, then the company still has a long way to go. However, with the development of more Star Trek shows and Stephen King's The Stand, it's clear that CBS wants to be more than a platform that shows reruns of cop procedurals.
Would you like to finish it, Captain? I don't know how. That is not true, sir.
All week long, as part of IGN's State of Streaming series, we'll be debuting reviews and in-depth analysis about current streaming providers like Netflix and Amazon, as well as upcoming services like NBC Universal's Peacock and Warner Media's HBO Max. So keep it locked on IGN this week for all of your streaming needs.